Retro Lab Records.
Retro Lab cameras
What's
all around us. Polarity.
Today, yes, Polarity.
Nice to have
Hello.
you
What's
guys out.
We'll introduce yourself, what you play, what
Yo, I'm Taylor. I'm the Polarity, and I've got my producer here, Ben Barnett.
Yeah, I'm not really a part of the Polarity. I'm just here for the hang. You know.
You're part of the Polarity.
I mean,
we'll delve into that later, though.
do. Yeah.
infamous sixth member, even though there's only one official member, right?
Ah, very nice.
Exactly.
One official.
So, how did the Polarity start then? How did it come about?
So, Ben and I used to be in a punk rock band back in 2012.
Don't look it up. It's an awful band. Don't try looking it up either.
No, it wasn't awful. It was greatness.
Oh.
There's a lot of nostalgia in that.
Well, true. That is true.
And after we broke up, because he had to go off to college and the lead singer was doing his own thing at that point in time, then I started my own punk rock band with this girl who was the singer, and we called it Handley. And then that didn't go very well, so I ended that project, and before that I had kind of been doing like this post-rock stuff with another friend of mine.
Yeah, you were in a lot of bands at
I
that
was.
time. You were in like 4 different things.
I was.
Oh, man.
And I was in Ricardo Lopez.
Oh
playing
yeah, I
drums for
remember
them.
that, dude.
5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man of many talents.
Yeah,
That's
so
right.
I
You were
was
playing different instruments in those
yeah,
bands too,
I was.
right?
Drums,
Super
bass,
cool.
That is
guitar.
very nice.
But yeah, so after working with all these people, I was like, and all these situations and bands weren't working out, and I was like, I'm just gonna take matters into my own hands, and so that's where Polarity came from, back in 2014.
That's awesome. Did you already have that name in the bag kind of thing, or?
So I was writing music, I was putting songs together, and I was about to release it, but I didn't have a name to put it under. And I was like, fuck, what should I do? So I was just like, have you ever been doing those band name generators or heard of those before? Those website ones? Yeah, I was like, you know what? The Polar City sounds cool. And so I started looking into the Polar City and like if there was a band already, and there was. So then I was like, what sounds similar to the Polar City? And then the Polarity came up, and
Way cooler.
yeah.
Way cooler.
Polar City's
Yeah.
dumb.
Yeah.
It's a dumb name.
And there's like the Polar City doesn't even make sense because we live in Texas.
Very polar opposites.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, I've had people ask me what my band name means, and I've had to explain like the definition of polarity, which in scientific terms is like the opposites of magnetism.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I guess I just want to be different than the rest of the music industry.
Against
I don't
the
know. I
grain.
want to be different, the opposite. So
Mm.
it's
That's
dumb.
awesome.
It's a dumb definition, but
It's better
But
than,
it's got,
some.
it's got a meaning, and it's definitely better than some out there.
sure.
I mean, especially for a band generator thing coming out.
Yeah,
That's dope, man.
no
That is
doubt, no
dope.
doubt.
He just told me yesterday that's how Post Malone got
Oh
his rap
man,
name. It was
yeah,
Really?
dude.
I heard
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
dude.
I heard that.
Austin Post. He just put it in Post Malone. There you go. He just stuck with it.
I
I'll
hope that
look
was the
at 'em.
first one that came up. 'cause
Yeah,
that's
right.
awesome.
It's
Yeah.
like 50 tries maybe. It's like,
Post
okay, this
Malone.
one sounds cool. This one sounds cool. Pro and con list. You just go down.
Why have we not? I mean,
Post
no, we will
Malone.
not do that.
Post Malone went to
Yeah.
TCC, I heard.
Yeah, TCC, man. They moved out to there was a little video I just watched, man.
Mhm.
It's crazy. He moved out to California with like a podcast friends of his. They were like a gaming podcast, and he'd show up on the podcast a little bit, and apparently he already had all the music for Stoney written or whatever, and
Wow.
everyone was telling him, don't drop it. And he was like, no, fuck y'all. And just dropped it, and now he's like, yeah,
Yep.
it's crazy.
Yeah, he's Post
Hires a
Malone.
beer bong guy to
Mhm.
be around him 24/7. Needless to say, yeah, Bud Light is a part of his life now.
No
People
doubt,
always
no
say
doubt.
Caleb looks like Post Malone.
Oh, dude, I get it all the time, man. I'm like, you know you look like? I'm like, oh man, don't say it.
Yeah.
Dude,
Don't
I
say
can
it.
see that.
They're
Oh
like,
my
I
god.
see it now.
And I'm like, no.
You shouldn't have said that. That's all I'm gonna see now.
Yeah, I know, dude. I know. I'll start
what's-
covering his songs. Don't worry.
Hey, man.
We'll get a nice collab. Post
There you go.
Malone and Post Malone.
The thing I like about Post Malone is he does like literally whatever he wants.
Whatever he wants, man. He's true to himself. That's
Yeah.
what's cool. That is what's cool.
Every
like
time I
that a
see
lot.
like videos of him online, he's always doing like weird covers at his shows. Like he did a Rage Against the Machine song.
He did, dude. I think he did Sublime too. If I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken.
and
but
Radiohead, Nirvana,
man.
he's doing like whatever he wants.
it's cool, dude. It really is.
That liberation. That's attractive when you're like, man, this guy's just doing what he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck whatever.
And being successful with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Let's get to band influences.
Okay.
What is
Please,
what's
yes.
your main? What's your influences on your music? Sometimes you have your favorites,
Mm-hmm.
but as far as like the actual type of music you want to play.
So whenever I released my first EP, I had like for the demo songs, I had whatever the band name was, and then jam after it, because it was like which band like influenced that specific song.
So you had Death Cab Jam 1, Death Cab Jam 2,
Yeah.
and Death Cab Jam 3.
Yeah. Yeah, we did have a Death Cab Jam on
We
the
did.
newest record.
I know.
Yeah. But back then it was like Two Door Cinema Club,
I
Weezer,
remember
Kings
that,
of
yeah.
Leon, all sorts of influences. But nowadays, I think after I discovered this band called From Indian Lakes, they've kind of just taken shape and,
Yeah.
and you know.
Yeah. What
dug
kind of
into
music are
them,
they?
But I've heard 'em.
What kind of music? They're like indie rock. Now he does the same thing. He is from Indian Lakes, and whenever he does live stuff, he has a band that helps him out.
Very cool.
And he's actually the one that's gotten me interested in recording analog in the future, because
Oh, nice.
his most recent record, he recorded all analog, and it's just amazing. So
I'm gonna have to look that. What's it called?
From Indian Lakes.
From India. That's
From
that's
Indian
him
Lakes?
though,
Yeah,
right? What's
yeah.
the album?
That album is called Everything Feels Better Now, his newest one.
Okay, that's the analog one.
Yeah,
I'll check that out.
yeah,
It's a really good record.
yeah, no
So
doubt.
good.
Assuming it's on Spotify. Like
Yes,
we were talking about.
yeah.
right.
Yeah, their record back in 2014 called Absent Sounds is my favorite album of all time, and that's kind of where the direction I'm starting to head came
That's
from.
cool.
Very
That's
cool.
cool. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Always evolving.
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
It's the beauty of a musician, right?
Yeah, and
Always.
he's definitely evolving, because he's like indie rock, and now he's like 80s indie rock, and now he's getting into like trippy rock
Oh,
with his
nice,
newest
man.
singles. So
That's when you go analog.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. You go back, you do it right.
What keeps you playing with Taylor? What is your why are y'all?
Oh, we've been friends for a long time.
Yep.
I mean, we started a band back in. Actually, you joined that
I
band.
joined it. Yeah,
Yeah, back in 2011.
Yep.
I think. Yeah.
we've been
So-
best friends ever since.
Yeah, we've
Okay,
just been
dope.
making music together. Each one of those projects that he mentioned that he was doing by himself or with other people while I was in college, I was always a part of. He would send me songs. I would send him notes or
Mixes.
something.
That's cool.
So yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you've mixed literally all of my records.
Yes, I have. I have done a lot of work with you.
Yeah.
So even though
That's awesome.
you kind of like you write it yourself and do that, you still have that collaborative
Yes.
process with him. You still
I would
enjoy that.
I would say Ben is the unofficial member of Polarity, because
Flattering.
That's awesome.
'Cause
Flattering.
we pretty
Extremely.
much do all the production together. So
That's cool. That is cool.
It's
It's
nice.
always
You got to
like
be
a-
open to criticism. Just you can be two in your head.
Yeah.
You need someone outside to be
Yeah.
like, I don't know, man.
Most
This is
definitely.
Exactly.
Not
Bounce off. of
that's
ideas,
so that's
yeah.
kind of what happened with Polarity's first full length,
Mhm.
which is why I took it down, because it was such a shitty record. I
Sorry.
I produced everything on my own, and I didn't have any other outside opinions except for the drummer that I had at the time. He was doing his own thing with the drum parts. And then I sent it to Ben, and Ben mixed it, and it just was not good.
There were some moments in it. There were a few good
Guess.
good spots. We play a few of those songs live
You're gonna-
sometimes.
Sometimes.
You're gonna be your own worst critic. so-
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, just we worked together in the studio all the time on the newest record, and I think that that's what made it so successful to me, and that's why I like it so much, and hence why I got it tattooed on my body.
Oh, very nice.
That's the artwork.
Yeah, that's the artwork of the album.
And it's out already.
Yes,
It's on Spotify.
it's on Spotify, everywhere. It's pretty much everywhere you can think
It's
of.
an EP, LP.
It's an LP, yeah.
Okay.
Very nice.
Mhm.
Nice. What's the name of it?
Hurts so. Is it bad? Hurts so good. Hurt So Good.
It's Hurt So Good.
Hurt So
Hurt So
Bad
Good.
is the song
Is the
name.
song. There's a song on the
Yeah.
album called Hurt
Hurt
So
So
Bad.
Good.
but
I
the
always get
album's called
confused.
Hurt So Good.
Nice.
Oh man, nice. that's cool. Yeah,
Um,
this whole play.
You guys know this one. Best show ever seen. The best show you guys have seen. What do you
Okay.
think?
I feel like everybody's gonna hate this answer.
I'm not.
Oh, man.
That makes me more intrigued.
Coldplay puts on a really, really good live show.
Where'd you see him?
So the first time I saw them was at American Airlines on their Milo Xyloto tour, which
Nice.
most people don't like that record because it's when they started going mainstream pop music. But they played all their classics, and they had like a stripped down stage where it was just them. There was no like flashy lights or anything, and they brought back all their oldies, and so it was just really intimate for like such a big arena.
Yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
hard to get intimate when in those arenas. That's
Yeah.
why I don't even like going to those
Yep.
arena shows.
Mm.
You gotta really, you're like so far away. It's like I'd just rather watch this on TV.
No doubt. Ben, what's
Many
your
acoustics.
best concert?
Yeah.
I've thought a lot about this. Right, I think it's Meech Pango at Mass.
Oh my
Oh.
god!
I love you, Meech Pango.
Shout out to
I
Meech.
love
Shout
you.
out
I'm
Tony,
coming to see you
Alex.
at Mass every time you're there. I
Still have
promise.
to make it to Mass. So sorry we didn't make it last night. You guys were somewhere. March
Somewhere on
11th,
this earth.
Meech Pango somewhere.
Yes.
Probably
Correct.
probably Mass.
Yeah, probably Mass.
Well, there's only two of you, so we could do this one. How and when did you learn your instrument? What drew you to music?
So for me, my brother was playing guitar and stuff in church, and I was like, I think I want to play music. And so he taught me how to play bass at first, and that's where I got started. And then that's where I met y'all, because I started playing bass for the
It was
punk
that
rock
soon?
band. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it was like a couple years after maybe.
Oh.
But I started playing bass in church, and then started to branch out into bands. And then after that, I started learning how to play guitar and drums, and just kind of did my own thing after that.
Yeah. Funny fact, we actually went to the same high school, and we're only a grade apart,
Mhm.
but we never talked to each other in school ever. It was
Never.
always
Really?
at church or whenever we were doing music at my house. So
That's crazy.
Yep.
Y'all
I just saw him in the hall, acted like I didn't know him.
Yeah,
You
right.
fuck.
Like then.
I don't know who that guy is. Some younger grade.
Freshman.
I grew up playing in church too. That's
Yeah,
Yep.
that I think most people in
That's where
Texas
you gotta start.
probably
it's the
grew up
Southern
playing.
Belt, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah, that's what I did. I had a similar story. I started on bass too, and I was I think in 5th grade or something like that. But not long after that, I picked up guitar like a year or two after that, and then not even a year or so after that, I picked up engineering. So that kind of became my instrument, production and engineering and music making. So I am a musician, but I would consider myself more a producer engineer than anything.
Very
So-
cool, man.
It's a deep rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Engineering and
Yeah, I know.
everything.
Yeah.
I know, man.
It is.
But back to the church point, like that's where else can you get that type of experience? You're not gonna be touring with a
Yeah.
band at 14 unless you're some prodigy.
Right.
So
Very
I mean,
true.
growing up in church, it really does like
No,
you have
it's
a gig,
it's
like, twice
huge,
a
man.
week.
It's huge.
You
Mhm.
play
You
that
learn
much.
so much.
Yeah.
And with a band, that's a huge.
Yeah.
a
With
huge
and it's easy music too, so it's like a great
Yeah.
learning tool and great platform to progress your craft
Yeah.
and
And
get better at your music.
Depending on the church, like the church that we went to, we had like musical prodigies that were in the band.
Yeah.
So they were able
Wow,
to
that's awesome.
take us in and make us what we are today. So
Yeah.
they
That
were
is very cool.
amazing.
That's nuts, man. What about like I mean, I know we mentioned that, mainly the creative process is you bringing ideas in,
Mhm.
but is like everything like that, or is there some things where he has an idea or something like, you know what I'm saying?
So with this last album that we did together, I pretty much came up with all the demos on my own, and I recorded like just some guitar parts on my phone, and then I would come over, and the first like pre-production week we just sat down and jammed out the ideas with his
Yeah.
brother.
Some of them were more complete than others. Some of them were a full song, like I have this song, I have lyrics, I'm ready to go with this one. Others were like, hey, I have this cool guitar idea.
Yeah.
Well, you want to try and make it something
Let's
out
go
of
with it.
this?
Yep.
But yeah, everything pretty much started with Taylor. So I just kind of helped guide it in the right direction, and then you get an album.
That's
there you
awesome.
go.
It's
Yeah.
like a little system.
Yeah.
And once y'all get in the flow, and y'all been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
Y'all known each other, and y'all probably just work just so well. So
Yeah.
that's awesome, man. It's really hard to find those people that you
Mhm.
can just stay with for a long time, and
Yep.
like you don't have to worry about them, kind of thing.
Well,
that
yeah,
they're gonna be there.
Yeah, and it was another thing that we hadn't done this in, because I had been in college for 3 years, and he, I didn't ever get a chance to do music with him during those times, except for mixing his stuff and giving him advice. We never actually got to sit down in a room and jam together, jam out ideas. So it was really nice to finally do something like that after such a long time
Such
and
a long
doing
time.
schooling and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Oh man.
It was hard, man. I missed you.
I missed you, man. I was ready.
Who did your artwork?
So her name is Nina Kaufman. Go look her up. She's a tattoo artist in Denton now, and she actually did the tattoo as well.
She did the tattoo.
Yeah, she's
Wow.
she did the tattoo. She did the album art.
Super
She's
sweet.
super awesome.
That is
She was
awesome.
so I was going to school at UNT in Denton, and she was my neighbor at the time, and that's how we got to know each other. And
Very
she
cool.
ended up, I think she was like a chemistry major or something. And then I noticed that she was like drawing a bunch of stuff all the time, and I was like, dude, that's really good. You should do that. And then I don't think it was me that made her transition into doing art full time, but she started doing it, and
Probably was.
now
man.
she's a
Good
tattoo
Good for her, man.
artist.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
doubt.
That's awesome, man. Just someone that draws, and
Mm-hmm.
that's really
She's
cool, man.
starting to prep my next tattoo now, so I should be doing that soon.
I mean, she was obviously into tattooing before,
Mhm.
though, right?
Yeah.
And just that's crazy.
You just kind of sometimes need that little push.
Yeah.
Someone to kind of be like,
Right.
that's good. I
Yeah.
like that.
No doubt. Yeah, she did my album art, and she's done like my most recent t-shirt design. She's pretty much our graphic designer / artist for everything. So
The go-to.
Mhm.
Very
That's
cool.
awesome, man.
You got to
Local artist.
You got to build your connections.
Yeah.
Work with this person on this and that. You
And it
have
just-
that going for you.
It also makes it more unique for your own stuff.
Yeah.
Because who else is gonna have anything like that, or from her? You know,
Mhm.
that is really unique.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a cool networking thing
Mhm.
that you got. So.
What was your first show like?
Oh my god. My first show was literally the worst show ever. So we were booking through a thing called My Afton Shows.
Oh, Afton. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And they sold me. They were like, "Yeah, we'll have this online ticketing system. You can sell your tickets online, and
Mhm.
we'll get a bunch of people to come out." And they were like, "You have to sell this many pre-sales to get your slot time."
Yeah.
And
Yep.
so our slot time that we chose was 6 p.m. And I think we had to sell like 20 tickets or something. And we sold like maybe 15 online, but then we had like 10 more come at the door. And so that's like 25 tickets right there. And so we went in, and they were like, "Yeah, you didn't sell enough pre-sale, so you're going on at midnight." And this was at like 5:30 p.m. So everybody had already made the drive to Dallas, and we had to wait 6 hours to play.
Gosh,
It was the worst
That's
first show
insane.
experience ever.
that's
Fucking
insane.
pricks, man. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
Man, it's a money business.
Pay to
No
play,
doubt.
man.
All
They
it
just
is,
they
dude.
just prey on all these bands trying to get
Mhm.
in places. Like we don't know how to talk to when we first start. If you don't
Mhm.
get out there,
Yeah.
And
it's
it ended up like, I'm not taking a shit on like the local artists here, but whoever was playing that night they should not have been in bands or been artists.
And that's the thing. It's like you get these out of state, not
Mhm.
even a city, but out of state promoters, and all they're in for is just the
The
business,
money,
the
yeah.
money, man. They don't care who you are. They don't even care if you just got the band name yesterday.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, you have a name? Put you on the bill. Show up because that's my money.
Yeah.
Like, what, dude? That's just it's nuts, man. Never show face or anything.
they'll get really
Mhm.
pushy. Like in another
Man,
state, they're getting
yeah.
really pushy with you. It's
Dude,
like,
I actually, man, not to go on a rabbit trail, but it is on topic, dude. I had to call one of these guys that, you know, put one of these shows together at one of our shows, because like I said, this dude lives in California, and here I am calling him at a show.
Yeah.
Like, bro, your door woman is going insane, dude. She's not even letting in my fucking merch girl, which is my wife. Like, bro, we get in.
One free,
Like,
Yeah.
dude, I know the owner of this fucking club. The door's been here forever. Like, do you even know anybody over here in this scene other than this crappy door
crazy.
girl, dude? She was insane. So I had to call him on the spot. He's like, "Oh, well, this will never happen again. I'm so sorry. This will never happen again." It's just like, okay, yeah, man, thanks. I'll see you next week, right? Like, no, man. Like, you're just sitting at home.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's like the club owners don't
They don't care.
trust kids to
Yeah.
have their shit organized. And there are the people though that care about what they're doing. They're trying to do it right, and it's like we can book our own shows. We can be
Yeah.
professional about it. And stuff.
Yeah, that's why there's such a big house show scene in Denton.
Dude,
Yep.
huge.
They're
yeah.
everywhere.
It really does seem to be.
You
You
growing.
can't walk down the street in a neighborhood without hearing music from a garage.
That's
Yeah.
super cool, man.
That is
it's cool
awesome,
that
man.
they accept it. Like,
Yeah.
how do you not get noise complaints? And you
Mhm.
know, that's pretty cool that they
Yeah.
accept it.
Yeah, I was playing a show with Sad Cops. This was last August. You were on it. You were playing
Yeah,
bass
I was
that
I was at that show.
night. It got so packed. I think that there were like 250 people at this house.
It was insane.
That's
And
awesome.
eventually the
That's
cops were
awesome.
called and the show was cut off, but it was such a fun experience.
Legendary.
Was
Yeah.
that Fannin House or?
This was at Mordor House. Coincidentally, Nina, who does all my artwork, she started a house venue, which is Mordor House.
Oh,
And,
dope, man.
Yeah.
Very cool. So not only is your artist a tattoo, but dude, she has got a venue.
she's
Yeah.
the best
What a
person
network,
ever.
man. That is very cool, dude. That's awesome, man. You lucked out on that one.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's awesome.
All right, this is our favorite. It kind of goes in your first show, but you didn't mention anything too embarrassing.
Okay.
What's your most embarrassing on stage mistake?
Let me recall that. I mean, there's always the times where I play the wrong chords. Okay, yeah. This was our album release show for the newest album at Mordor House. Different
Yes, dude, I know exactly what you're gonna talk about.
show. So in one song, we have to tune the E string down a half step.
Oh, wow.
And we have to tune it like halfway through the song. So it's kind of tricky.
Like right in the middle?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And the next song, I forgot to tune it back up.
Oh, no.
And so I was playing this chord, I just totally ripped it confidently,
Yep.
and it's just like,
And that was But not only that, you literally blew a fuse in one of the things. 'cause
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
on
you
that
bl-
same song.
on that song, yeah.
Yeah. We so they didn't really have the electrical stuff routed probably the best way,
Oh,
so
no.
we were running like the sound system, all the amps
Oh,
into this one power strip. And
I remember
once
that,
we got
dude.
to like the heaviest bridge of
the
our
entire
heaviest song,
album.
yeah.
Yeah.
The whole like power cut out, and it
dude,
was
that's
awful.
There's people moshing and
Yeah.
to no music because the amps like shut off and
Yeah.
everything. It was
just
pretty
the
funny.
drums going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you have drums just have to keep
Come on,
going.
the
Yep.
drums. Oh, man.
And then you compounded that with
Yep.
a bad chord on the next song.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was pretty funny. I remember that.
Oh,
I looked right at you.
Yep. I still have that recording, and I like to go back to it and laugh at myself.
It's fun. You gotta
Yeah.
be able to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
like, it just
It is.
happens.
It does
It
happen.
just happens, man.
yeah, no,
Yeah, it's always
perfect.
electrical problems. My worst show experience would probably be I was playing guitar for one of my old bands, and I thought it'd be great to use a wireless pack from the 90s
Oh,
for my
no.
guitar.
Oh, man.
So, I put a fresh battery in, you get through the first song and the thing completely craps out, and I'm playing like a solo or something and you can't hear it at all. So, I have our roadie slash camera guy slash sound guy slash just general great guy Sterling. He just comes up and puts a chord in my guitar and the show keeps going. But
Nice.
yeah, man, that was brutal. Compound that with it was like at a church with no one there. So at least no one heard my mistake.
Yeah,
There you
right.
go.
Yeah. Hey, that's
So-
In front of a million eyes. Gosh.
what's y'all's favorite show you've ever played?
Oh,
that's like different criteria too.
Yeah, it
like
could be
what
like venue or crowd, you know.
best
just-
Or-
crowd you
yeah.
had, best
Man.
sound.
So I have a couple. I don't know if I could say my favorite.
Yeah.
I played at Gas Monkey
Oh man, yeah.
last
Bar and Grill?
November. Yeah, Bar and Grill.
Bar and Grill, yeah, that's dope.
And this is with Wild Frontiers and
Oh,
this
yeah.
band called Roadkill Ghost Choir. But yeah, the sound system and the lighting setup that they have at Gas Monkey is
Oh yeah.
Dude,
top
their
quality.
crew, their
Yeah.
crew is just bar none, just
Mhm.
the best in Dallas that
Yeah.
I've experienced. Obviously,
yeah.
there's definitely more venues
They were
out there,
super
but
cool.
man,
super cool.
they help you with everything,
Mhm.
every single thing, loading, unloading. They're just the most helpful
Good
people.
guys.
No
man,
doubt.
good
It's
people.
it's. A,
I
it's
still
a good
like
place.
remain in contact with the booking lady that they have there. We just like hit each
Yeah.
other up every now and then, like, hey,
Yeah.
what's up? So
That's cool.
That's super
That's
nice.
good.
super nice.
Was that
people.
the same bill that Spencer Wharton was on? The Infamous. The band The
I don't think
Infamous?
so.
No.
It was just us, Wild Frontiers, and
Okay.
that band.
In that band. Okay.
I've,
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot more local bands though playing bar and grill.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
Yeah.
because
She
that's a
started to do
nice
that.
venue, man.
Mhm.
That's, you know.
Especially since they have the other big venue, and those are like, that the live. That's
Yeah.
for the
Live is
touring
nice.
bands. Yeah, that's a. Yeah,
I had
that's a
one
huge-
shot at opening for a band at Gas Monkey Live. and
Really,
It didn't happen, but
it didn't happen.
Hey, one day,
One
man.
One day,
That's
yeah.
right. That's
right,
slot.
dude.
I've got that
Yeah.
connection. so.
We
It's a killer
saw
venue.
a little off topic. We don't like talking about ourselves, but the one show, not the one show. We played Gas Monkey Bar and Grill,
Mhm.
and we opened for Dennis Quaid, the actor.
Dennis
What?
Quaid, dude.
He
Yeah.
went on just a little mini, like West Coast tour.
That's
and
awesome.
It was just, some old man blues.
Yeah.
A lot of
his
covers.
Were there a
friends.
lot of people there?
A lot.
There
yeah.
was a lot of middle-aged women there.
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of
Like,
middle-aged.
And he came out like rock star status.
Bro, yeah, man,
Dude.
such a character.
Dennis Quaid. I think of the movie The Rookie whenever I
Yes.
or I think of Dennis Quaid. Did you ever see
Is
The
that the-
Rookie?
I
Is that the baseball movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Parent
I think
Trap.
I remember that.
From my
Parent Trap,
childhood,
of
dude.
course.
When I was I used to play baseball back when I was like 8 years old.
Is that the one where he throws the ball like 92 miles an
Yes.
hour?
Yeah.
Okay, I definitely remember that movie and also don't remember it. Just that part of it.
Yeah, right. Just the fastball,
Yeah.
right down the pipe.
Never thought I would be talking about Dennis Quaid at a podcast interview.
We
Yeah.
thought
Man,
we
we
were
Of
never
all the
wanted to
actors.
play
yeah,
with
what,
him,
what
man.
happened to Dennis Quaid? I guess apparently he's an artist now.
He he sure did stumble out of his bus like
Oh, dude.
Nice.
like
A
hey.
few things
It
he
was probably a
mentioned.
vacation for him, honestly.
Yeah.
Vacation from acting.
Seriously,
He was having
yeah,
fun.
it was.
Having
It was
fun.
What's the
definitely a
last
vacation.
movie that Dennis Quaid has been in?
Dude.
I can't think of anything.
There's
I
like
do have
just
one
like
over
movies
there.
that are like straight to DVD or
Yeah.
something. Mostly.
Yeah, I can't even think of it.
Yeah, me either.
Was it Vantage Point? Is that what it's called? Where he was in?
you have
That's the one I
that
have,
vantage
yeah.
point.
I
We were
think
like, we're
that's one
playing
of
with
the-
this dude.
Yeah, they have him sign the cover of Vantage Point. He's like literally on the cover running with the gun. It's just like, dude, please, please.
Day one.
Comes out of his bus. He's like, oh yeah, man, I'll do it. Man, that was fun. It was just an experience. But Quaid was a character, big character.
What are you guys working on? What's the goal of 2018 for the Polarity? An
Um,
album.
Shows,
So
festivals.
I just put down a deposit for a West Coast tour. So that's
Nice.
in the works right now.
You didn't tell me that.
Ooh, dropping
I just found
bombs.
out.
Oh
Yep.
shit!
Well, that's happening.
Good for you, dude.
So
That's
we're
great.
we're planning on going out with Wild Frontiers, hopefully. And
Oh, dude,
Dude,
yes,
yeah,
of
that'd
and
course.
Have
yeah.
y'all heard of this new band called Luna Luna?
Yeah, dude, they're
It
getting
sounds
a lot of traction.
Yeah, they're huge now.
Luna.
Like a month ago, they had like 6,000 listens on their top song, and now they have 30,000.
Jeez.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Wow, they just
Wow.
released like a music video. I saw
Yeah,
that. That's
Their
cool.
EP came out like yesterday or something.
Jeez.
That's
but-
dope.
Yeah, they're
Cool,
great.
super cool.
I've been talking to them. I went to school with the lead singer's girlfriend, and so I have a connection with them. So hopefully they'll be going out with us too.
Very
That
nice,
would
man.
be that'd be really cool.
Yeah,
through
yeah,
you.
man, that's awesome.
Dope.
That's very cool.
But besides touring, I haven't I haven't told Ben this yet either. I want to record an EP probably this summer, with some new stuff that I've been writing, and I'm about to put out a stripped down like electronic album of my most recent record. So
Very nice.
that's
man.
what's in the works for this year.
That's awesome, dude. A lot going on.
Mhm.
So
Two,
you're gonna,
two
you're gonna try and
projects.
court it in the summer?
Yeah, that's the plan. But I'm getting married this summer, so
Dude,
Ah,
congrats, man.
thank you,
congratulations.
thank you. So I'm
Join
gonna
the
have
club.
to. Yeah,
Yeah, married last June.
nice.
Yeah.
Married
It's going
club.
around the corner.
Yeah,
But-
so I'm gonna have to coordinate my music career around my new wife. So
Oh
That'd be-
man, yeah. It's always fun.
What's your gear like? What's your favorite
gear,
guitars?
dude.
favorite-
I have a problem with gear because
Uh-oh.
I like to go through so much of it.
Oh
Ben
yes.
can attest to this.
Dude, I swear he comes in with a new guitar every single time he comes into the studio.
Wow.
He like
Yeah.
trades in his old one for a new one.
Yep.
After telling me, yeah, I'm never getting another guitar ever. And then the next time he comes
Yep.
in, he's like, dude, check out my new guitar.
Yep.
I just traded up for it. But actually, you started out with like a $200 like really crappy guitar, and then you've just been trading
Yep.
up and
That's
up and
it,
up and up
man.
and up, and now he's got like a 335 Gibson.
Yep.
Bro, that
So
is-
I guess it
Yeah.
worked.
Yeah.
But
Start with a penny,
yeah,
and
It's
then it
just-
just grows.
really, the trick is to find Quaid, man.
Yeah, I know.
That's
right?
where I started my trading up, dude. Quaid, I traded him so much gear for my first Les
talking
Paul.
about Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, Quaid. I just Dennis. You're out there somewhere. No. Yeah, dude. That's what I try to tell everybody that's into gear, trying to get new gear. Man, trade the F
Yep.
up. My
Mhm.
gosh, there's someone out there that doesn't know what they have, or they
Yeah.
just want something that you have. Be that annoying person on Reverb that messages everybody, hey, trade. Like, be that person. That's how you get to find those deals, man. That's,
Yeah.
I mean, you have to put some work in it to get there, but it's,
Just gotta be persistent.
yeah, you have to be annoying sometimes, but
Yeah.
it happens, man. It happens. When it does, you're grateful. And then just like you said, it's just like, man, you get that gear, you try it out, you have your moment with it, and it's just like, okay, on to the next one. I know what that gear is like. So now later on, if I ever want that feeling again, or I know what that gear is like, now I can go get it,
Exactly.
So that's another, pro to like trying multiple things out. Also for like creativity, man, it can inspire so much
Yeah.
things. Just a new guitar, a new feel, pedal,
Exactly.
anything.
I think that's what new gear does for me. Is it
Yep.
inspires me to make cool
I mean,
stuff.
dude, new cables, you can get some crazy sounds. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Really interesting.
Interesting.
But I guess for the gear that I have now, I do have a Gibson ES335 that I got through Quaid, which is sick. I fucking love it. And then I've got this Jazzmaster that I've had for about a year. I think it's like the longest time I've ever had a guitar.
Mhm.
But
Most
I love
definitely.
it. I love it so much. It just
That's
plays.
Do you even
so
have
well.
any of the guitars that we used on your record still?
Nope.
Nope. Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
whenever I was tracking that record, I had a Gibson Standard SG
Nice.
that someone modded to where it had split single coils.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Cool tapping.
And it was such a strange guitar. He like put this neck he
pickup
put,
in the bridge, right?
yes. It was the strangest thing, but
And,
it
there
got
was
the
a
coolest
Bigsby,
sounds.
Bigsby bridge as
yeah,
well.
it had a
or-
Bixby on it,
Very
Yeah.
nice.
but
A little
yeah.
modification.
Very
Yeah.
interesting. It
Um,
worked.
besides guitars, I've got Strymon, Big Sky, and Timeline. I'm probably never going to get rid of those because they're just so versatile.
Yes.
And
He
then
says that now.
hey, I've had those for a year.
Yeah, those are staples on the board.
No doubt, no doubt. Then I've got I've had this OneDrive since the beginning of my guitar career. I don't even know what it's called.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like a MOSFET.
Is it
that blue pedal?
Is
Yeah.
it blue?
Yes,
oh
it's
yeah,
blue.
full tone.
Full tone,
That's
full
the one, yeah.
drive, Full
Yes.
drive MOSFET. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had
Full
that
drive
one.
2, I think is what it's called.
I've had that one since like 2013.
Dude, that one's
never
great.
left.
It's got like the high gain and the low gain,
Yep.
and then
And then a
on, dude,
boost,
and a
yeah.
boost. Yeah, dude, it's great. Dude, I tell you, I love pedals, dude.
I
It's my
know.
life.
And then I've
2 hours of
I
your
know.
life.
Just like, all right, guys, later.
Yeah.
I know.
and then finally I've got a Strymon Riverside Drive.
Oh,
as
dude,
well.
nice, man. Do you like that?
Yeah,
That just came
I've been a
out.
fan of it.
That's the
Mhm.
red one, right?
It's the gold one.
It's
actually.
the gold one. Okay,
The
yeah,
red
'cause
one
they
is the
just came out with-
sunset. Yeah.
Yeah. Both of those, man. They put out like right around the same
Mhm.
time.
And then I'm wearing a Deadbeat hoodie right now. Deadbeat is a new pedal company. They make only analog pedals.
Oh, nice.
They're super cool. I've been cycling through them. Just depends on what I'm feeling for the
I'll have
night.
to check them out, man.
Mm-hmm.
I know one super analog is Death by Audio, man. Death by
Oh,
Audio
yeah?
is great, dude.
Don't you have a mic by them, Ben?
Really?
Death by Audio,
Death by Audio.
or that's whatever your telephone microphone is.
Oh yeah, I don't remember. I was a Christmas present. I never looked at the company name of it. I just kind of pulled it out.
Is it
My
like a-
my brother got me a telephone. I call it the Telefunken.
Right, the telephone.
Yeah, it's literally an old telephone, like
Oh, shit.
one of those handhelds from the 90s, and they modded it to be a direct in microphone. So you
That's
plug it in a
wild.
DI box and it
That's
records noise.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's pretty
dude.
cool. You
That's cool.
compress the crap out of it and put it on a drum kit. It actually sounds really
Man,
nice.
Should have had that for the mic for the live session.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
doubt.
No, it's cool. It's a
That's
very cool
awesome,
mic.
man.
I don't remember the company though. It might be. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Who is it? Is it Jack White? He had a guitar for a while.
Oh,
Ever since
dude,
he had
yeah.
some type of thing.
Yeah.
He had a luthier build him like a penguin prototype, like from Gretsch, and but not by Gretsch. He built it, designed on Gretsch. Really weird. It's Jack White. He knew whatever the
Yeah.
fuck he wants.
Yeah.
But and then he had him install I want to say it's a harmonica microphone. It's like a little bullet microphone, comes out of his guitar, and he just goes. Just drops it, just keeps playing, dude. And it's just like this like AM FM radio sound, dude. It's
But what if you had
it's
like
wild.
you're saying just like the old '90s telephone?
yeah, a whole like
Yeah.
payphone thing coming out, like oh yo.
You could like dial it, and each number has like a different effect on it.
dial
That would be cool.
That'd
he's
be
got like
great.
a dial thing. It's like spins. on
Patent
his
that right
guitar.
now.
There we go.
Yeah, I think we just came up with something.
There we
we're
go.
working
All
on.
right.
Let's pitch it.
Going to talks after this.
Oh man, anything you want to plug? Any upcoming big shows you got that you want to really?
Social media links.
Yeah, we're playing Sad Boy Mini Fest in Denton on March 24th with hopefully Sad Cops. I think Sad Cops is going to be there. And then I don't know if y'all have heard of Rome Hero Foxes. They're a Houston band. They're coming up. We're playing with them in April. I think that's like all the big shows that we've got. But you can find us on Facebook.com/The Polarity.
Cool.
Instagram is @the_Polarity. And then we're on Spotify and everything else. So
Official website? Do you have like a?
yeah,
Polarity-
thepolaritymusic.com.
thepolaritymusic.com.
Very nice,
Well,
man.
that's awesome. We're gonna have you guys play 2 or 3 acoustic songs.
Sweet.
And, yeah, thank you guys for coming out.
Seriously.
Thank you
Thank
for
you
having
for
us. It's
inviting
been
us.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys got to
Yes.
come back later this year, next year, when you got
For
more
sure.
to talk about.
Absolutely.
Live session stuff.
Yes, full band.
Yes.
Full band this time. But thank you guys
Polarity.
for coming
Yep.
out.
Thank you guys.
No
Thank
problem.
you, man.